Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Thank you for joining us for this, your Daily 180 Bible study. The basis of this series is that the church should be nothing more and nothing less than the builder intended. We saw yesterday in Matthew chapter 16 and verse number 18 that Jesus is the builder of the church. Now I want to talk about something else as we think about a biblical kind of church. Let's think about this. What's one of the first things that we need to understand about the church? The church that we read about in the Bible is composed of those who belong to Jesus. And why do they belong to Jesus? In Acts chapter 20 and verse number 28, there we see that Jesus purchased the church with His own blood. First of all, we notice back in Matthew 16 and verse 18 that He built the church. Then we see in Acts 20 and verse number 28, He purchased the church. He is the owner of the church, and therefore He has total control over the church. But also, if I have taken advantage of the great offers that He's made, I'm owned by Him. In 1 John 2 and verse number 2, we see that He is the propitiation for our sins, but not for ours only, but also for the whole world. He's paid the price for everyone, but not everyone's taken advantage of it. We read in 1 Peter chapter 1, beginning at verse number 18, there we see the idea that we have been redeemed, we've been purchased. He says, knowing that you were redeemed not with corruptible things like silver and gold from your aimless conduct received by tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Christ. He purchased the church. Those who have been obedient to Him belong to Him. And so when we think about the church, who does the church belong to? The church doesn't belong to the community. The church doesn't belong to the members. The church belongs to Jesus. And when we think about that word church itself, what does church mean? It's not talking about a building, but it's talking about, it literally comes from a word that means the called out, a called out people, a people who have been called out of the world, called out of sin, called out of darkness, into the glorious light of Jesus Christ. And when we think about it in that respect, when we think about the church, it is to be composed of people who belong to Jesus, the church which belongs to Jesus Christ. Don't you want to be part of that? Join us again tomorrow for your Daily 180 Bible study.